But honestly guys, there's really nothing to worry about. I'm here to help you. I was actually studying, you know, some things never change. Barcelona scores within the first 10 minutes of the second half. Guess what? They have the confidence. Now they're going.
Hey.
Hi my lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. So today is a bit of a serious video. As you can see, I've got some books in front of me and I'm wearing my glasses. And yes, for those who would like to know, these are real glasses. These are what I actually use to see in my lectures. So
Okay.
So today I'm just going to be discussing how it is exactly that I got 7 distinctions in Matric, as you guys might know, I'm assuming, because you're watching this video, and what exactly it is that I did to get the results that I did. So yeah, just a bit of a follow-up. I got into every course that I applied for at every university I applied for in South Africa. So that's why I guess I'm doing this video, so that you guys can have the same advantage and achieve the same results, hopefully. So the reason I did this video is because I've been getting a lot of requests recently. Yeah, I think it's because the chicks are writing prelims and they're a bit anxious, and you know, finals are up and coming. It's just that thing that looms constantly in the back of your mind. So but honestly guys, there's really nothing to worry about. I'm here to help you. If you like this video guys, be sure to comment and like and share with your friends. Share with Matrics, because they're the people who need to see this actually. So just be sure to tell your friend about it who you think might benefit from this video. And yeah, that's basically it. Comment what subjects you're doing, because I'm actually interested to know what you guys are doing. So without further ado, I have a few things written down here, and I do have my books as well, because I was actually studying, you know, some things never change. I'm just gonna get right into the tips that I have for you guys. So my first tip is going to be to know yourself. What I mean by that is you need to know your academic abilities, you need to know your academic habits, your study habits, basically. Just know yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? Know your work ethic. If you're a hard worker, continue working hard. However, if you're not really generally a hard worker, or you tend to get distracted when you're studying, then you must adjust. Do you know what I'm saying? Adjust your studying methods to how you study. And I know at this point it's a bit late to change your study methods. Like honestly, it really is a bit late, but there are still some things that you can do to improve how you study and how you perform, as long as you know yourself, right? So that's the most important thing. If you know yourself, you can adjust and you can perform in a way to achieve the results that you want. So I won't lie, if you are generally not a hard worker, then this is the time where you actually have to work hard. Do you know what I'm saying? You have to pick up your socks and you have to clean up your act, put in the hours, and you'll reap the results. I know it's like a cliche, but practice really does make perfect. So in terms of knowing yourself, when I was in Matric, when I was in high school, basically in school in general, I was always very much a diligent student. I was very much like top of my class before I switched schools, and even when I switched schools, I was still achieving very high results. So I did know myself, and I continued to do what I was doing. I didn't change my study methods that much. Of course, there was a bit of adjustment that had to happen because I switched schools, and with that I switched to a different environment. I went to boarding, and so that was an adjustment in terms of my academic schedule, I guess, and how I scheduled my studying and all that. But once I had adjusted, then everything was okay. So yeah, basically I knew myself and I knew what I had to do to get the results I wanted. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's basically it. If you know yourself, you can basically gauge what it is you need to do or continue doing in order to achieve the results you want. So now the second tip that I'm going to give you guys is to build up your academic confidence. And to kind of explain this concept to you guys, I'm just going to give you an example. So a very common example where you see confidence kind of like resonating into results or transforming into results is something like sports. Take soccer for example. Let's say the very disgraced Barcelona is up against Man United, right? So Man United and Barcelona are up against each other's necks. It's the first, let's say, 15 minutes of the match. Everyone is still performing to their peak. Do you know what I'm saying? So then Man United scores a goal, right? Then okay, Barcelona is like, we cannot let them score another goal. We have to score an equalizer. We have to make it level. Do you know what I'm saying? So then they perform, then Man United scores another goal. So Barcelona is now down by 2 goals, right? At this point, Man United has all the confidence in the world. They know they're winning, right? Barcelona, they're trying, but then they're not scoring. They get discouraged. Their performance just lacks. So now it's half time, right? After half time, they come for the second half, right? Second half of the match. And guess what? Barcelona scores within the first 10 minutes of the second half. Guess what? They have the confidence. Now they're going. They score again. Hey, no one can touch them. So that's just basically an example of how confidence leads to results. Do you know what I'm saying? Once you've scored that first goal, that gives you the kind of reassurance and validation that you need to go ahead and achieve more and score the second goal. So it's the same with your academics. And I know this for a fact because academic confidence is something which has affected my marks when I was in high school. So what had happened was I was in a school achieving very high marks, like very high marks. And then I switched schools, right? And then at this new school, it's just basically a pool of academic overachievers. In fact, overachievers in every realm of life. So I was basically up against too many people in a league that was equal to mine and also above mine. So that kind of messed with my academic confidence. And on top of that, I was in an environment where favoritism was kind of the motto. Do you know what I'm saying? So teachers would kind of vouch for the advancement of students who are already achieving well, whereas students who weren't really achieving well were kind of left to the back burner and not really assisted as much, or in fact valued as much, which is very wrong, obviously, which is why I'm bringing it up. So that kind of affected me in terms of if these teachers didn't think I could achieve, then what makes me think I could achieve? Do you know what I'm saying? But I did know myself. I did go through like a few rough patches. My marks really went down, but I managed to pick myself up again. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's very important to, number one, as the first tip was, know yourself, and number two, build your academic confidence. Because I knew that I could achieve the marks that I achieved in the past. I knew that it was possible for me to continue achieving them and perhaps achieve them in my Matric finals, which I did. So build up that academic confidence for yourself. Work hard and achieve. And once you've achieved, know that you can do it again. So that's my second tip for you guys. So the first few tips, let me just put a little break in there. The first few tips are going to be about basically your mentality. And then the second few tips are going to be about how you can study, things that you can actively do. So if you want to see the tips that you can do to improve your marks, then you can fast forward in the video and go straight to those. But right now I'm talking about how you need to change from within and how you need to be mentally up here in order to achieve the marks that you want. So my third and final mental tip before I go into the actual study tips for you guys is to be humble. And what I mean by this is, if you're someone who achieves, do not be cocky, do not be prideful. Accept things for the way they are. Do not over-exaggerate or underplay them in your mind. Do you know what I'm saying? If you achieve a good mark, know that yes, it is a good mark, but this is not a given that you will achieve consistently good marks in the future. Do not be presumptuous if you're someone who achieves good marks. But in terms of being humble, if you're someone who achieves, let's say, average marks, being humble and having humility will help you to identify when you are struggling, and then to have the courage to ask for help when you are struggling. because it's okay to struggle. Everyone struggles. I struggled, my friends struggled, everyone struggles, you know what I'm saying? But you just have to be humble enough to accept your L's, guys. Take your L's and process them. And then once you've processed them, be sure to take action, you know, to rectify those L's. So yeah, be humble, have the courage to ask for help, because really that extra conversation with your teacher can be the difference between a 70 and a distinction. So that brings us to the end of the first video in the Matric study series. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and a comment, and then be sure to look out for the next videos in the series coming next week.